Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to continue my second part of the function in Addmaths, which is the composite function. So welcome back guys. What's composite function? So you know what is function, right? So function means you have an object, which is the x, and you have an image, which is the fx. Sometimes they do call it as domain and codomain. So just a quick recap. We call this domain and we do call this codomain. We also call object and image. And to link this object and image, we have something called a function, which is the f. Sometimes we use f if gx, g, hx, h, mx, m, px, p. So mostly we use fx, so I use fx, which is the f. So I usually use that like a bridge. It's like a bridge connecting the object and image, so that's an easy way to remember basically. So this is generally a function that we represent using an arrow diagram, isn't it? And composite function is something same, but you have another one more partner extra that link from here to here. And it can be anything. It can be function g, h, l, m, any function. It depends on what they give. Mostly we use f and g. fx, gx is the most common. So here would be gx. Wait, my bad, it's not gx. It's something else. Later I'll talk about that. This is composite function basically. That means you have another one more person. So not only two, you have another one more that also link. And it's like there's a two bridge. For example, you are here and you go from this to this bridge, you reach fx, and then from there you go cross another bridge, you reach that. That's composite function. And in the special part of the composite function is not this. Actually, we learn Addmaths is to make the things easier, to simplify it. So that's the reason why we learn Addmaths. So if you see, you walk from one place to another place, that's a very long pathway and it's memang very tiring, and we don't do that. So in Addmaths, we find a shortcut way. Instead of I cross one bridge and another bridge, I cross from here all the way to here, straight away to the ending part. I no need to cross two bridge. I built another one more bridge and I reach to the destination I want. That's called the best part of the composite function. And to go there, we also need the bridge, isn't it? And what bridge is that? Ta-da, 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 ta-da. This is the bridge, the longest bridge, and that's the shortcut. And how we represent the bridge using a function? Look here. If this is f and g, most of people, from what my ex-student says, they will say fg, but the answer is wrong. Yes, I know you cross the f and then the g, but it's reverse. It is gf. Always the first at the left and the second at the right. It always goes in this direction. You have another function over here. Let's just say you have another function. Let's just say this is m, so the m will be the third, which is here, so you call mgf, but in your level mostly it's 2. Okay, don't worry, it's just for you to understanding. It goes to the left. It's the like terbalik lah. Okay, think terbalik for this case, so it's gfx. So for example, let's just key in some numbers, some unknowns, make it easier, and I can prove you, no matter you go here to here from F bridge and then you cross the G bridge or use the GF bridge, you will still reach the same place. I can prove you that. So to prove, let's just key in any numbers. For example, let's just say this is X. We don't know, just key in X. And this, maybe, what should I put? I don't want to put unknowns. Maybe let's just put some numbers. 2, 4, and here is 6, for example. Okay, let's just put 2, 4, and 6. So let's just say you go from here to here, you plus 2, isn't it? Wait, 6 doesn't looks correct. Okay, we put 6 first lah, maybe. So fx, we settle the fx first. Let's just say is x plus 2, for example. Okay, and gx, maybe 6 is not correct, I guess. 6 cannot be, I think it should be 8. So let's just put x square, a equation, for example. Alright, sorry guys, just now, sorry for the inconvenience just now. I received a call that I have to need to attend the call. Okay, my bad guys. Okay, let's get back to this. Wait, I don't think so. 8 is right. It should be 16, I guess. So let's just say this is the number. Okay, we key in numbers and we can make it correct. How? Let's just use one by one. So we say fx is x plus 2, and you know your x is 2. Oh shit, your x is 2, so let's just key in 2 there. Your x 2, you see, my x 2 plus 2, I get 4. This is very easy because you can see the equation very clearly. I didn't make it very complicated. So then you go here, you get 4, right? And my gx, so my gx, isn't it at this part, which is from 4 to 16? So let's just say 4, and my x is 4 square. What is it? 16, isn't it? So which is the second part, is the gx part, isn't it? So from 4 I get 16. So I pass through first bridge, I reach 4, and then I go to the second bridge, I get 16, but this is too long. We make it shortcut. We find what? GFX. So composite function means actually you combine two, you make one bridge, and that bridge is a shortcut bridge. So GF means basically GFX. You need to find the GFX. Okay, is the function of that bridge that connects from the X to this. Okay, and we can make it even shortcut, but before that we need to find the equation of GFX. We got the equation for fx, we got the equation for gx, but did I give you the equation of gfx? What is the equation? X or something? I don't know, but do you think I can find this? The answer is yes, we can definitely find, because gfx is made up of gx and fx. And you know what? I have both of them. I have fx, I have gx. That means it is possible for me to find the gfx, isn't it? So how we find is so easy. The way is so easy. Don't have to worry. You just need to see carefully. So first thing, gfx. G is the relation, you can see actually it's like there are times when you combine a number. Let's just say 9x. But does this mean, which means 9? I multiply with the x, isn't it? I times the x. That shows, that means when it's closer in mathematics, something is closer, we assume it is times. And how do we separate them? We expand them. We put in a bracket, then we expand it, right? The same thing goes here. G, and you separate with the fx. How you separate? Same concept like this, but in this case put a square bracket because we have a smaller bracket here. Maybe I should use different color. This. So don't, you cannot put a smaller bracket again. We have to put a square bracket. That's the mathematical law. But anyway, sometimes the school teachers do accept, but just to be safe, put a square bracket. Okay, it doesn't really matter in the calculation. Your final answer and how you do, how you solve is what matters. Okay, and now you actually can see the fx and gfx, and you already expand them. Wait, let me erase this. All right, and what's your next step? Key in the values. How you key in? So easy. First thing, copy back what I've wrote up, that g and fx. Can you see this is my fx, isn't it? And you know what? I have my fx, which is this x plus 2. So let's key in here x plus 2. You see, I didn't do anything. I just substitute my fx with the equation that, oh no, my bad, with the equation of the fx, which is x plus 2. And now gx. This one, now listen carefully. I do told you in my previous video, whatever inside the bracket, I told you that is just x. Assume it like a x. Whatever inside the bracket, it's like the x. So, oh shit, it's like a x, which means it's just something similar like a gx. Maybe some people not clear. Alright, so here you go. What if, you know my gx is x squared, right? If my g 1, it will be 1 square, isn't it? If my g 2, it will be 2 square. If my g m, it will be m square. If it's g x plus 2, x plus 2 square, isn't it? So that's the same concept. You just need to assume it like a x. Whatever inside the bracket for your function is something similar to the x. So that's the thing. What is x? Gx is this, right? And now your x is no longer x, but it is x plus 2, which is this. So replace it with x plus 2 square. Tada! You already find your equation. That's your equation of g of x. And you know what? You can check. So what is your x? Isn't it? This is your x. 2. Your x is equals to 2, right? So key in 2. So if g of x, if you use the g of x bridge, you straight away, maybe I should use highlighter. You key in the 2, you use this bridge, you straight away supposed to get 16. You no need to go meet the 2 and then you meet the 4 and then you meet the 16 like this. You don't have to. You straight away meet the 16 using this function. So let's key in 2 and see whether are you getting or not. So your x is 2, replace your x with 2 square. So 2 plus 2, 4. What is 4 square? 16. Can you see? You get your 16. So this is composite function. It's just that you have another one more function and you're too lazy to walk from one bridge to another bridge. Instead, you take a shortcut from one point straight away to the final one. That's your composite function. That's it. All you need to know is just the same thing. So let's try one question. Here you go. Before I use this question, let me give you one more question to make it your understanding stable, like you betul-betul can understand. So wait, let me give you another understanding question first, then we move on to that one. Is that okay? I hope you guys okay with it. Let's go. But this time I'm not gonna give you numbers, but I'm going to give you unknowns. So basically composite function is not just two arrow diagrams, not two. You have domain and codomain, but you have another one more person there, so you have to basically cross two bridges. That's the thing in composite function. So this time I'm not going to give you numbers like just now, 2, 4, 16. I'm going to give you a known, just increase the difficulty a little bit more. So let's just say this time this is x. Let's just say this is x, and maybe just now one x plus 2. Too lazy to think. X plus 2, and this one x square maybe. Just put any number. 3 x square. Okay, and let's just say this is function, this connected by the bridge f, function f. I use bridge, easy to understand. G, this one, the most common. So now the question asks, to let's just say the question asks by using this function notation. By using the function notation, state the function f. maybe this will be the first question. The second question, state the function g. And I think these two first. Let's do these two first. These two. Oh wait, I want to add another one more. I haven't explained this one. So let's do this one. Function f square. And another one more. Function g square. Okay. This one. Let's go. So using the function notation, there's a question that gives you x go to fx plus 2 and g 3x squared. So now what the question say, by using the function notation, state the function f. I hope this shouldn't be a problem. Here is your function f, here is your x, and you get your x plus 2, isn't it? So it's just directly there. So your I shouldn't be too difficult. Your function f, which means asking fx. So your fx, you take the x, you cross the bridge, you get x plus 2. Done. Function g, which means you're going to find your gx. What is your gx? Are you sure the gx is 3x squared? The answer is no. Remember, I told you, I draw here. Now focus on this one. If this is x and this is 3x squared, and they are connected by the bridge of g, if you say this is g, x equals 3x squared, it's correct, because here initially is x. So and you cross the bridge of the function g, you get 3x squared. 3x squared. But this time around, they didn't say x. Instead, they give g. The x there is not x, it's x plus 2. This is equals to 3x squared, not gx. Gx is not 3x squared unless the domain, the arrow diagram, they represent like this, the one I put star, but they did not give like that. The one that they give us is something like this. Can you see? Your object is x plus 2 and you cross the bridge of g, you get 3x squared. So it's not the x, but it's x plus 2. So it's different. So that is not gx. So you need to find out your gx. How are you going to find out your gx? Hope you're clear with this confusion. So as what we learned just now, you know there is always a shortcut. So we have to use the shortcut. If this composite method, no composite function, no matter what, you have to do the third bridge. They don't show you most of the time, but sometimes the questions are very nice to you. They actually do the mapping from one to another one more. They draw a bridge for you and tell you very nicely. Sometimes they don't. So the time that when they don't tell you, you need to assume there is a shortcut bridge. So go from here to here. And what is the function that represents from the x to 3x squared? gfx. Okay, yeah, gfx, not fgx. Remember I told you go from the right to the left. Okay, go from right to left. Your first one, F, put at the right, and then go to the left with the G. Okay, just the same thing like just now. But you know your GFX, right? So we already find the function of GFX. This GFX I can say equals to 3x squared, because you see, here initially my x, and I crossed the bridge of GF. Initially my x, I crossed the bridge of GF, and I get my 3x squared. It's like this one. I draw a arrow diagram for you for this. Here is x, and they cross the bridge of GF. Can you see? So I can say GFX is 3x squared. But just now one is not x, but is x plus 2. So you cannot say gx is equals to 3x squared. But you can say gfx is equals to 3x squared. Hope you get the idea lah, okay? So you can actually come out your gfx is 3x squared. And not only that, you also know your fx is x plus 2. So you know your fx is x plus 2, your gfx is 3x squared. So you, as you know, as I said just now, your gfx is made up of two things. One is gx, another one fx. And you know what? You have already find your gfx. And also your fx, which is this. Can you find gx? They give you two information and they ask you to find one of it. Can, right? Easy peasy, just like that you can find. The method is the same. GFX, the first thing first is their darab, is their, when your times are, how you going to separate, how you going to differentiate? You add a bracket, you expand them, isn't it? Same thing, how you expand. G, expand, put a square bracket, fx. Okay, so far clear? And now, what is my gfx? 3x squared, isn't it? Key in 3x squared. And my g, I do not know. My fx, yes, I know my fx, which is x plus 2. Let's key in x plus 2. So far, okay, no problem. And after this, there's a problem here. How are you going to move? How are you going to solve your next step? So it's like a times. So this is times. The relation is times. So bring here become divide. Is that like that? Are you going to expand g times x, gx, and then g2 like this? No. This is function. I cannot expand. You don't expand. But there's a method to do this. Remember this word. Easy to understand and remember. Phase 4. What does it mean? Function f represents function. I inside, this is easy way. S is substitute. You substitute. Same. F is function. That one inside. O is outside. And this is not I, it's L. So let Y. You just need to add the ET and a Y. Function inside substitute. Function outside let Y. That's the method that I used to remember. So how to do is actually very simple. What do I mean by phase for? Okay, so it's G. This G, okay, is it inside or outside? In GFX, the G is placed outside, whereas your FX is inside, isn't it? So your G is outside, right? So function outside, you should let Y. That's how you should remember. And you let Y to who? To the neighbor, which is the inside the bracket. So I put this aside, that one for your reference. Maybe I write here, this is outside, this is inside. And now I say what function outside let Y right here. Phase 4 function outside let Y. So you let Y to who? To your neighbor, to the person who next to you. Next house, right? Macam tu. So you let Y to the neighbor. So I do a side working. I say let Y to who? To the neighbor. Who is the neighbor? X plus 2. So let Y to the X plus 2. Always the same way of working, no different, same method, same way only. So you let Y equals to X plus 2. And here you find your X. So you move your Y, you get X equals to Y minus 2. You start with single Y and with single X. You start with Y right and with X. That's how. So now you find your X already, right? Half work finished already. You got what's your X, right? Substitute here. Since you know what's your X already, so substitute. So 3y minus 2 square equals to G. What should I write here? Y. The reason why? Because this X plus 2, I say equals to Y. So it is equals to Y. That's it. And now you can actually expand, or you want to stop there also can. I think it's good to stop there. No need to do so much. I'm too lazy also. So I can actually say my Gy is equals to 3y minus 2 square. But are we done? What we are asked to find? We are asked to find Gx, not Gy, isn't it? This is what they want, but we find is Gy. So what should we do? Replace your Y with X. That's it. Replace Y with X. Done. You got a Gx. It's so simple. It's the same method which I explained just now. Remember I told you if You know gy is 3y minus 2 square ma. So what is g1? 3, 1 minus 2 square. What is g2? 3, 2 minus 2 square. And if I put gx, 3x minus 2 square. That's it. That's the reason why you just need to just replace your x. Done. You find your g already. So you find your fx, you find your gx already, yeah, no problem. And you also know your gfx, which is 3x squared. Now let's go to the third question, which is function f square. Let's go. Which means you need to find f square x. How you find? Okay, f square x means f square. What does the f square? F times f, isn't it? So another way I can write is ff, right? This is how I should write ffx. If f cubed means f times, oh shit, I write 2 times f times f. So I also can write f. So I can write ffx. Just like that. But this one f square, so f square x. And how? The method is same, no different. This ffx means let me show you the visualization first. Easy to visualize. Which means this is x, and then I cross the bridge f. And then the next round, you know what? I again cross the bridge f. So that's why we call ffx, or we also can simplify it with f square x. I write it down. So this is a short visualization using arrow diagram. Okay. If g square means same thing, you cross the first bridge g, second bridge also g. So ggx. The method of doing is the same way, guys, trust me. I'm sure you will definitely remember and definitely can do it. If you just watch carefully one by one. How you do? First thing, you split it up to ffx. Next thing, remember times. How you separate them? You expand them. You put a bracket. Let's go. Put a bracket. And then key in the first one inside. The fx in the bracket. So what is your fx? Isn't it? You got your fx x plus 2, right? So key in x plus 2. Next, also same. Sorry, my bad. Remember I told you whatever inside the bracket, assume like a x. You know your fx is x plus 2. If my f is 1, then it is 1 plus 2. If my f is 2, then it is 2 plus 2. If my f is g here, then g plus 2, isn't it? Follow the same thing. If here is x plus 2, and then replace here is x plus 2, and don't forget to plus 2. Here, everything same. The only difference is this. So same thing lah. X plus 2 plus 2, and then you open your bracket, normal plussing x plus 2 is x plus 4. And you go I done f square x is actually x plus 4. Done. Now let's do g square. It's the same method. Trust me, it's not so difficult. G square, I also can write it as ggx. And then next step, expand them. So write g bracket gx. And then my gx is what just now we find 3x minus 2 square, isn't it? Key in 3x minus 2 square. Three x minus 2 square. And then again gx. So 3. My x only is different. Remember I told you this one assume like your x. Changing part is only at the x. So same thing. Your x is now is 3x minus 2 square. And I minus 2 square. You actually can stop here because it's too difficult if you want to expand more. So you can stop here. It's not wrong. Okay. I think this is the simplest version. We will prefer to stop at the simplest version. So I can say my g square x is 3 bracket 3 x minus 2 square minus 2 square. Ta-da! Done. Okay. So this is how you do f square g square. It's the same method like just now. And yeah. So hope this one clear. Okay, let's go to the question because this is question time. I didn't prepare so much of question. I guess I prepared just two. Yes, just two questions. Function f and g are defined. This time they give you fx and also gx. Okay. Find the expression of fg and gf. So let's go. First thing, find the expression of fg and gf. Answer the question first. So as the question gives us, fx is what? What is our fx? 2x squared minus 5. And gx, negative 11 plus 8x. Let's find fgx. How you find? First thing first, expand. fgx. See, I put in a bracket. And then, what is inside my bracket? gx. This is my gx. Substitute inside, just replace this. And then as I told you, whatever inside the bracket, assume like your x. So this is your x. Now the only part that changes is only the x part. Don't change everything. So what is your fx is 2 and your x is no longer x. This is your x. It's negative 11 plus 8x, not x. It's negative 11 plus 8x. So replace it with negative 11 plus 8x and don't forget the square, this square, and minus 5. You want to expand, can I expand? But I'm too lazy to expand. Okay, you can stop it here, I guess. Do you want to expand? Okay, let's just expand. So 2 Negative 11, if you square, you'll get 1 to 1, and 8 squared is 64. And don't forget your x also got square, because the square is for both. And then 2 you times with negative 11 times with 8, you will get negative 176x minus 5. And then times 2, so you 2 times with 1 to 1, you should get 2 for 2. And then 2 you times with 64, 1 to 8x squared. So that's negative 176. You just have to press in calculator. Don't have to use brain just to. It's wasting time. You have calculator, so just key in calculator and you get the answer. And don't forget minus 5. So 1 to 8 x squared minus 352 x, and 2 for 2. Don't forget to minus 5. You get 237. And then I find our FGX. So next is GFX. So let's find GFX. Because it has to find the expression of FG and GF, so we have to find. It's also the same thing, guys. First thing expand, and then what's your FX? Sorry, 2x squared minus 5. So key in 2x squared minus 5. Then your GX, this is your X. This is like your X, GX. So what is your GX? This is your X. It's 2x squared minus 5. Only change your X. Because your X is no longer X, but it's 2x squared minus 5. And then you expand. Negative 11. 8 times 2, 16x squared. Then 8 times negative 5 is negative 40. And then 16x squared, your negative 11, you just minus with 40 and you get negative 51. Tada, I do find my GFX, which is 16x squared minus 51. And then they asked us to find the value of x when f is equals to g. What does that mean? When they say f equals to g, means they say fx is equals to gx. So what's your fx? 2x squared minus 5. That's here. Oh my bad. 2x squared minus 5. And gx, negative 11, this thing, plus 8x. And find the value of x. So bring your x one side. Actually, this is a quadratic, so bring all numbers one side. So 2x squared minus 8x minus 5, and negative 11, if you bring this side, become positive 11 equals 0. 2x squared minus 8x, and then your minus 5 plus 11 is 6. Then you actually need to press your calculator, simplify, find the answer, factorize it. So press mod, equation, degree, then 2, negative 8, 6. So you get x equals to 3, and another one more, 1. And then so you put a bracket x minus 3, x minus 1. Don't forget to put equals 0. Oh yeah, I forgot, my bad. You also need to simplify. I forgot this step. 286 can divide by 2, right? So simplify them. X squared, 8 divided by 2 is 4x, 6 divided by 2 is 3. And you got your answer, x equals to 3 and 1. Actually, you want to make it even longer, you can actually put x minus 3 equals 0, and then the x is equals to 3, which is this, and x minus 1 equals 0, and then put x minus 1, and then you can do finalizing x3 the 1. So this is the first one when f equals to g. Now second one, fg equals to 3gf plus 6. The fg means is fgx, gf means gfx. So actually we already find the fgx, gfx, right? So what is our fgx? This. So substitute, just key in inside 128 x squared minus 352x plus 237 equals 3 gf. Gf is this one, which we find 16x squared minus 51 and I plus 6. And then do your number mathematics. It's actually quadratic also, same like just now. So 3 times with 16, it should be 48 x squared. 3 times negative 51 is negative 153, and I plus with 6. And then just this part copy paste because there's nothing to do here. 352x plus 237. So 48 x squared minus 153 plus 6. So minus the 153 and plus with the 6, you should get 147. Oops, looks like I don't have place. 48x squared minus 157 and 128x squared minus 352x plus 237. And then bring everything one side, make it easier. So 128x squared. I prefer my x squared, the a actually to be positive. It's easier to solve the quadratic. So the 128 is bigger, so bring the 48 to 128 side. So you minus 48x squared and minus 352x, just copy back, and 237 positive 237. The minus 157, if you bring to this equation, it become positive. To the other side, it will make it the reverse the sign. So 128 you minus 48, you get 80x squared minus 352x. 237 plus 157 is 394. This is equals to 0. And now solve using quadratic. 80 minus 352, key in the calculator, 394. You get x is 11 over 5, which is 2.2. 11 over 5, and another one more, also 11.5. So yeah, that means it's 5x minus 11. Just make it opposite, equals 0. And you write 5x minus 11 equals 0. My x is 11 over 5. Done. Oh, also forgot for this. Also, you can simplify this one. I think can simplify by 4. 4, I don't think so. Wait, 2 can. I think 2 can. Yeah, 394 divided by 2 is 197. 352 divided by 2 is 176. 80 divided by 2 is 40x squared. Try to simplify the quadratic equation because we always prefer the simplest quadratic, simplest equation. Simplified answers is the better answer. Alright. We are done with this. It's quite long, right? But actually, if you realize, when you understand the basics of function, the principles how to solve, it will be easier. Next part. Given f(x) equals 3m minus 7x. So my fx equals to 3m minus 7x is what they told me, and gx equals to 2n plus 3x. Both are given here. And they say f squared. This is the important one. F squared means f squared x equals to gfx. Express x in terms of m and n. What does that mean? Your x equals to something which has m and n. Can be anything. That is what meant by express. Express means you don't look for the answer, but it's an equation that has a known m and n, which expressing the value of x. That's it. So first thing, let's do this. What is f squared x? Fx and gfx is gfx lah. And next thing, expand them, add a bracket. And now key in the values. What is your fx? There. This is my fx. What is my fx? Here is already given. Key in for both sides. 3m minus 7x. Same for this. 3m minus 7x. And now, remember, whatever inside the bracket is something same like x. So, substitute again. So what is your fx? It's 3m minus 7x, right? 3m minus 7x. But what is your x now? This is my x. Maybe I should write it down a little bit. This is my x. So you have to write back the same thing. 3m minus 7x. And this is equals to gx, which is 2n plus 3. My x is 3m minus 7x. 3m minus 7 times 3. Now actually you have to do expanding. 7 times 3 is 21m. Negative 7 times negative 7 is positive 49x. And 2n to n, 3 times 3, 9m. 3 times negative 7, negative 21. Don't forget the x. You just need to times just your normal mathematics after this. Did you realize from this to this point is only your Addmaths? And after this is just your simple mathematics, your the basic mathematics which learn under the lower secondary form. And after this, you want to express x, isn't it? So bring your x one side and the rest put another side. So let's bring your x one side. So the minus 21, bring it this side and the rest shift to the other side. Minus come here plus, and 2n plus 9m I copy back. And this entire thing I shift it to this side. So positive 3m bring here, minus 3m. Negative 21m bring here, positive 21m. So 49 plus 21, you should get 70x. 2n, just 2n. 9 minus 3 plus 21, just key in calculator, you get 27m. And your x is equals to 2n plus 27m. 70 is times, bring this side, divide, so divide 70. Done. You have expressed your x in terms of n and m. Done. Here you go. So actually this is the composite function. All you need to know is there's another bridge that sometimes they don't tell us. You need to know there's a shortcut. Okay, and I think that's it for today. If you like my way of teaching, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on my next videos. Bye.